Alright, Tyranid turn 3 here. We had the Zoanthropes drop in over here. These guys moved up. Doom of Malantine moved over here more. The Hive Tyrant moved over here from over there. And the Harpy moved from there to there. That's pretty much it. We still got the unit of the Gaunts hiding back here. The unit of the Gaunts moved into here, closer to the objective. That's about it. Tyranid shooting phase. This is turn 3, just before the start of Tyranid combat phase. We had the Doom of Malantine move over, and he got another 5 wounds with his life leech dealio, and killed 2 of them, which was pretty cool. 3 of them, even better. These guys shot at them, dealt no wounds, charged in. We had the pod hit these guys and deal no wounds. We had the Zoanthropes shoot at those guys and did nothing again. Hooray for shield saves. He tried to charge in and shot at them and missed. Was not able to charge in. And these guys here also shot at them and didn't make it. That's about it, really. Let's have a wrap up at the end of combat. Alright, end of Tyranid combat phase here. And we had the Doom of Malantine died from a power fist, but dealt 1 wound in the middle of that. These guys here took no wounds and killed the 2 Gaunts that charged them. That's pretty much it. Now going into Space Marine turn 3. Space Marine movement phase didn't consist of a whole lot. The Land Raider here turned to face the Harpy. These guys here just turned and repositioned. They came a bit closer to the Zoanthropes there. That unit over there moved up quite a bit, going after those Gaunts. And the Razorback here moved up and over towards the objective to hold it. And there's the overview for Templar turn 3. The Space Marine turn 3 shooting phase. We had the Razorback here shoot at the pod, dealt 2 wounds. These guys here shot at the Tyranid Prime, dealt 1 wound. They are charging into assault, that'll come next. We had the Land Raider shoot at the Harpy, dealt 1 wound from that, I think it was, and 1 wound from the Razorback on the Harpy. The unit over there ran, getting ready to assault those guys. And that's it for the Templar turn, going into the assault phase. Space Marine turn 3 combat phase. We had just this one here. The Zoanthropes did nothing to those guys and took 3 wounds. One of them died from a power fist and the other one took 1 wound. Next up is Tyranid turn 4. Tyranid turn 4, movement phase. We had the Harpy fly up over here. We had the Hive Tyrant drop down, getting ready to assault those guys. They turned around to get some shots off. We had these guys move up towards the objective through the terrain. And we had Tyranid Prime move up a little bit. Next up, Tyranid shooting phase. Tyranid turn 4, they just had their shooting phase. Whole bunch of shooting on those guys over there. From the Harpy, from the Hive Tyrant, from those guys. They killed 3 of them and dealt a wound to Shrike. Over here, everything shot at these 4 guys who only lost 1. They're doing pretty well. And then the Termagants and the Tyranid Prime charged in. Let's see what happens in the combat phase over there and over here. Alright, the 3 combats for the Tyranid turn here. This one over here, the Marines lost horribly just to the Tyranid Prime. The Gaunts did nothing. This combat here was a complete stalemate, no wounds being dealt anywhere. And this combat over here was a complete stalemate, no wounds being dealt anywhere. So, now we're going into the Space Marine turn 4. Alright, here we are, Templar turn 4. The Land Raider turned around, fired at the Harpy, hit him once, wounded him, dropped him to the ground, which killed him. Over here, the Razorback kind of skirted around these guys, took a shot at the Tyranid Prime, dealt 1 wound, and that's about it. Nothing happened there. Some combat. The Razorback here shot at those Gaunts, ended up dealing 1 wound, and that's about it. Going into the Templar combat phase. Alright, here we are, end of turn 4. The Zoanthrope finally died from Easton. And over there, the Hive Tyrant was dealt 1 wound, and Shrike was dealt 1 wound. And that's pretty much what wraps it up. Going into Tyranid turn 5. Alright, Tyranid turn 5, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. This is the end of turn 5 after everything's been done. Turns are getting pretty quick and there's not a whole lot happening. We had the Gaunts move up over here, shot at the unit that was there. The pod also did its lash whip things at those guys and ended up killing all of them. We then had the Tyranid Prime charge into the Razorback after shooting it and got 3 penetrating hits, therefore destroying it. Over there we had 1 wound dealt to the Hive Tyrant again and nothing dealt to the Space Marines. Going into the Space Marine turn 5. Alright, here we are at the end of Space Marine turn 5. We had the Crusader charge up over the hill here, or on the trees I guess. It was not immobilized. The Gaunts were smart enough to move out of the way. And it's now contesting this objective. We had that combat over there ended with the Hive Tyrant dying from Power Fist. And that's about it. A couple Gaunts died there from the Razorback. Borrow this dice and we'll see if the game ends. Game is over. Tyranids control 1 objective. Space Marines control 1 objective. And this one over here is contested. Comes down to the other secondary objectives.